My husband and I gave each other a bun. Dear Pastor, I just turned 40, and I have been married for 10 years. I was faithful to my husband for about 6 years, but then I was forced to cheat because he cheated on me first. He allowed his girlfriend to disrespect me. She called me and cursed me, and my husband did nothing. I found out that he was cheating when I saw on his phone what she said. She said she enjoyed the time they had together and she would never leave him. He admitted that he had an affair, but he did not tell me that he would never leave her. I also found out that he was paying this girl's rent and that he got her pregnant and she had an abortion. I told him that he should call her in my presence and tell her that he is finished with her. He didn't. The amount of money he used to give me every month lessened, and I knew that it was because he had to take care of her rent and other things. I called the landlord and asked him how much rent the girl pays. I told him that it was my husband who was paying the rent. He said he didn't know that he was married. He said the rent was $35,000. I begged him not to let my husband know that I called. That very week, my husband's car broke down and it was going to cost him $50,000 for parts and labor. He asked me if I had any money and I told him to ask his girlfriend. He did not give me any money for that month. I called the landlord to find out if the girl paid her rent and he said yes. So for 1 week straight I didn't cook any dinner. My husband threatened me, saying that if I didn't cook he was going to leave me. I told him that would be all right. There was a man who was always telling me how I was looking sexy. I liked him, so I called him and we started to communicate. He lived alone, but his wife was living in America. So I went over to see him and I spent the night. This man said I made him feel young again. He gave me $45,000. I only did it to punish my husband. I noticed my husband did not go out on the following weekend, but I got dressed that Saturday night and went back to the man's house. I wore the very lingerie my husband bought for me. I went back home late in the night, and my husband grabbed me and said he was going to beat me. But I was prepared for him. When he saw that I was fighting back, he let me go. I started to pack my things and called one of my brothers. I told him that I was about to kill my husband, so he came over and spoke to the both of us. My husband is still with this young girl, and I am still with the other man. My brother gave me his daughter's room. I am not going back to my husband. I have a US visa and I am hoping to go up there and see what life is all about there. From there, I plan to divorce him. I know you will not agree with what I am doing, but my husband has lost respect for me. I never thought I would have given my husband a bun. Would you advise me to go back to my husband, Pastor? Fr.
Dear Fr. My conscience will not allow me to encourage you to go back and live with your husband. Even if your husband would take you back, he would not trust you again. Something must have gone radically wrong in your marriage that caused him to be with another woman, paying her rent, and giving her the money that should be given to you to run the house. How could a man expect to get food, when he is not making any provision? This woman took your husband away from you, but really and truly, she could not have done so if he did not consent to leave. He made up his mind to leave and the girl needed the help, so she took him over. You see yourself as bad. If that is the way you see yourself, who am I to say that you are not? You really decided to punish your husband, because you wore the lingerie that he bought to this other man's house. Bad girl indeed. You did not think that both of you could have called a counselor and arranged to see him or her. You decided to mash things up, so to speak. Don't destroy this man's relationship. His wife is abroad, and she is not going to be there forever, and you know that. So I suggest that you talk to a lawyer about the future of the relationship with your husband. Pastor.
There is a popular quote which says, "Hell has no fury as a woman scorned." For those who are unaware of the meaning of this quote, it means that women often react to something which hurts or upsets them by behaving very angrily and viciously. This was evident in this story where the wife portrays vindictive feelings towards her husband. However, I can understand her feelings because the husband cheated on her and refused to leave the side chick he was messing with even after the wife told him to. But, that was not the most disrespectful thing. What made the wife blood boiling was the fact that the husband was giving his mistress money and even cutting back on the money the wife gets from the husband, and no woman under the sun likes to share their money with another woman. The husband, in my opinion, was wrong for cheating in the first place, but two wrongs don't make a right, and the wife cheating back only put her in the same boat as the husband, cheater. And some people could even say her getting with another man for money is very low of her, but that is what happens when a woman is really upset and hurt. And lastly, I believe the wife should not have thought that just because her mate's rent was paid the month the husband was having car trouble that the husband was the one who paid it. However, if he really paid for it while he never gave you any money, then that husband is really despicable, because as his wife, you should be his priority, and if anyone should be cut off from getting money, that should have been the side chick. This is really a sticky situation because both spouses cheated, and to me, they both probably lost respect and even love for each other. And once a woman stops respecting a man and a man stops loving a woman, the relationship is likely to fail. However, if they are both willing to make it work, it can, but they both have to want it to work, because one hand cannot clap and it takes two to tango. Anyway guys, what do you think of this story? Was the wife in the right for cheating back on her husband? What would you advise her to do? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and please subscribe to the channel for more Reddit, relationships and cheating stories like this one. Also, hit the like button to help get the video out to more people. By the way, if you think this story was crazy, check out another one on the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll check you in the next one. Love.